Welcome to Shazam. We start off with this kid and he's in a car going to his grandparents' house with his dickhead dad and his asshole brother. And then bam, he gets transported to a superhero lair and he meets a super hobo. Okay, and the super hobo tells him, I'm looking for someone pure of heart so I can give him my powers. But to give him his superpowers, he has to test that he is indeed pure of heart. And the kid's like, ooh, shiny evil thing, must touchy touchy. Ah, you failed, back you go. So the kid gets transported back to the car and starts freaking out like, no, I'm worthy, please take me back. And he's trying to get back there, opening the door and shit. Then his dad gets mad at him, loses control of the car, spins out, but it's all good, nothing happens. Wrong, something happens, they get hit by a truck, car flips over, and his dad gets crippled for life. And apparently it's the kid's fault. Well, actually I would argue that the dad is also at fault here for having such shitty anger management issues. I mean, come on, why are you freaking out so hard, man? Chillax. Your son's got this and the door's locked. Calm down. I'm pretty sure you also have the child lock on. Also, the car spins out, right? And this really pisses me off, okay? And there's a road here, and here. And there is no road here. That is the driver's side, you see? But the next shot is the truck hitting them on the driver's side. Not just that, if a truck hits a car, that shit caves in. It doesn't flip over. That shit caves in and the occupants fucking die. Especially in an old car like this. Maybe the kids don't die, but the dad 100% dead. 100%. Alright, now this was in the past. Now let's fast forward to the present day. We got Billy Batson, an orphan looking for his mother that lost him when he was a kid. However, all his attempts to find her are unsuccessful. So the foster system puts him with a new family, who are super nice, okay? The mom and dad are really nice. They were foster kids themselves, you see? And they have 5 other adopted foster kids. We got the crippled kid, Freddy, and we got fat kid, Asian kid, cute kid, and the teenager. Wait, hold on, go back. Is that a Razer headset? Damn. Never mind. Billy gets to share a room with Freddy, okay? And Freddy is a superhero super fan. And he now goes to the same school as them. Cut to the evil guy. Wait a second. Is that a Razer phone? How the fuck does he... Okay, wait a second. How can they afford all this shit and a giant ass house and feed 8 people? Do they rob banks? They are back, don't they? Cut to the evil guy, and the evil guy is the kid that we saw in the car in the beginning of the movie, and he's all grown up now, and he has made it his life mission to get back to the hobo and prove that he's worthy and take the powers. So he's researching people who have experienced the same thing as him in an effort to get back there. And this is where I get a little bit confused. I thought this was only a kid can be chosen to be pure of heart or whatever type of deal, you know? But apparently it's also full-grown adults, so it's not the case, I guess, whatever. But he actually manages to make a fucking portal back to the super hobo's lair. This doctor or researcher touches the door and she's like, this is some bullshit, and then turns into ash. And then he touches it and does not turn to ash. I guess the door is warm enough to handle now. So he steps through the door portal thingy and gets to the super hobo's lair, and he's like, you're right, I'm not pure of heart. And then he goes for the evil ball thing and unleashes the 7 deadly sins. And the super hobo was too weak to stop him from reaching for it, which I don't believe, because right after the 7 deadly sins are released, he does this. But apparently he can't do it to a mere human. Dumbass. Whatever. Ball goes in face, evil ball guy becomes super evil ball guy. Meanwhile, all the kids are at school. And Freddy has a rather aggressive conversation about superheroes with Billy.
Flight or invisibility?
And then he throws out an entire plate of food. I know it doesn't look like it in this shot, but this shot comes directly after this one, and it's clearly full here, you wasteful bastard. Then Freddy gets bullied by some cunts, and this is some bullshit. No way they bully him this hard. They hit him with their truck, and nobody intervenes. No, not even school teachers, not fellow students, not even his own family. No, nobody fucking intervenes. Like, seriously, we even find out later on that they go to the same school. They go to this school, and I'm pretty sure this bullying has been going on for a long while. How has no one caught on to this? How has no one done anything about this? No worries though, Billy does something about it. The kid that has been part of his family for all but a day. Useless pricks. To be fair, the Asian kid tried to do something about it, but was too late. Anyway, Billy defends Freddy and then runs away from the bullies and escapes using the subway and gets transported to the hobo's lair. And the hobo explains to him that he is the last of the Council of Wizards and he has to protect the earth from the 7 deadly sins that have just escaped, but he's too weak, so he has to find someone to pass his powers on to. And he's like, well, I'm kinda out of time here and beggars can't be choosers, so shit, I guess you're the one. So he's gonna give his powers to him using his magical walking stick. And he goes, hold my stick and say my name. That, sounds very wrong. Hold my stick and say my name, so my powers may flow through you. And if you haven't guessed by now, his name isn't actually Super Hobo, it's Shazam. So he does that and he gets superpowers and he's transformed into his superhero self, and Super Hobo gets turned into dust. So Billy gets transported back to the subway, then makes his way back home and finds Freddy and convinces him that he is Billy, but he now has superpowers. Freddy and Billy go about testing what kind of superpowers he has, and they fuck around a bit. Then they get back home, they try to sneak in, but Darla finds out that he's a superhero now, and he explains to her what happened, and he accidentally transforms transforms back into his kid self by saying Shazam, okay? So he now has the knowledge that he can shoot lightning out of his hands, has super strength, super speed, and is bulletproof, and can switch between his kid self and his superhero self by saying Shazam. And I have a question. If you switch by saying Shazam, then why didn't the Hobo switch when he said Shazam? They then proceed to fuck with the bully's car, ditch school, and test his powers out a little bit more, and do some stupid shit, then post that shit on YouTube, and get a shit ton of views, and become famous. Freddy also tells the bullies that he knows this new superhero dude, and that he's gonna bring him with him to school next day, and Billy doesn't want to do that. Then we have the cliche scene where everybody's talking about the superhero at the dinner table, while most of them don't know that the superhero is with them right now. Next day comes, and Billy flakes on Freddy, and instead does some stupid shit, and Freddy gets the suitcase wedgie, and then he gets mad at him, they have an argument, Billy accidentally lightning strikes a bus, and then saves it from falling off a bridge.
Doggy, you have to move, shoot, please be a good dog, please go, please move, yes, thank you.
This dog shouldn't be a problem, dipshit. You can just put it anywhere else. You have so much space. Also, you can't catch it from its fucking cracked glass. That's just against the laws of physics. Whatever, let's move on. Because the evil guy went to his dad's company. See, they were having a board meeting and he unleashed the Sins and killed everybody in the fucking board meeting. Then the Sins tell him, dude, you gotta watch out because the Super Hobo will pass on his powers. And you gotta go kill him or take his powers or whatever before he realizes how strong he is and defeats you. So he arrives there after Freddy and Billy have another small argument. He starts fucking with Billy and drops him from a really high place, and Billy learns to fly inches above the seemingly empty highway. Then he gets hit by a truck. And I mean empty. Look at this. It's almost like they didn't have enough money to CGI some more shots in this car. What? Causing the shot. They fight some more and then they take the fight to the mall.
So like, what you and Mrs. Claus do in the summertime?
In some ways, Santa's always here for you.
That answer is completely irrelevant to the question that she asked, okay? The question that she asked was, what do you and Mrs. Claus do in the summer? And the answer is, they fuck, kid. They fuck all summer long. Billy turns into his kid self and escapes, goes back home, and his new parents are mad as fuck at him, and apparently don't notice that Freddy's in home, but whatever, we're gonna gloss over that. They are mad as fuck at him, and they begin teaching him a lesson. While doing that, his siblings find out that he is the superhero that they see on TV, and they help him locate where his mom is. So he escapes the house and tries to run over and find his mom, and his new parents run after him. So he gets to his real mom and finds out that she did not lose him. She meant to leave him because she was in a bad way and she couldn't care for him back then, and he would have been better off on his own in foster care or whatever. And he finds out that she's still in a bad way right now and she's in a really abusive relationship and she basically sucks ass. So he gets a call from Freddy, and turns out that the bad guy's holding his family hostage because he found out that Freddy is Billy's brother. So he brought him to his house and started holding them all hostage until he comes home.
Super villain!
Dude, you just saw everyone run away. Well, everyone except for the film crew. Who are you yelling at? Billy gets there and the evil guy opens a portal to the Hobo lair and wants him to give him his powers. But his family follows him in and distracts him long enough for Billy to throw him into a wall and escape out of there, and somehow they end up in a carnival. And to stay incognito, Billy switches from superhero form into kid form. In doing so, he reveals his position to the evil guy, and the evil guy swoops in and tries to fuck shit up and scare all the normal peeps. So Billy goes to fight him, and I'm not so sure that thing should be tilting or bending that way or moving any way, shape or form. I mean, he struck it with lightning, he didn't throw a boulder at it. And who the fuck is this bitch? She literally ran into frame so she can give us this cliche bystander looks at her superhero taking off look. It's just so unnatural. Whatever, they fight and his family has the brilliant idea to
divide and conquer. We separate the sins from the eye and he's just an old man.
And how the fuck does this bitch know that they're sins? Ain't nobody told her anything about no sin, okay? Hell, even fucking Freddy was like,
when the demon guys leave his eye, he loses his powers.
So know what? Who told her about sins? How does she know this shit? While fighting, Billy turns into his kid self to escape, and bamboozle the bad guy and runs over some ice and ice breaks and stuff. And like, this is just mind blowing to me. This is a stage, right? Who in their right mind would actually make a frozen lake for a stage? I feel like this would be some sort of like prop or decoration or some shit. No one would actually go out of their way and make a fucking real ass frozen lake on a carnival stage. Whatever, all the sins of the bad guy have captured his family, every single one of them, and the bad guy wants Billy to give him his powers. But instead, Billy's like, fuck you, and tells everybody to grab the staff and say Shazam, so all his family get his powers. Then he breaks the staff so the evil guy can't take his powers anymore. Good job, Billy. What are you gonna do now when your time comes and you have to pass your powers on to somebody, huh? How are you gonna make another staff of those? Do you know how to make another staff? I don't think so. So they all have powers now. Cool. So they all take on the sins and start saving people while Billy's fighting the main bad guy. And this is where I get a little bit confused, okay? Does everybody get all the powers of Billy? Because the purple girl has speed, okay? Green guy has power, blue guy can fly, gray guy has electricity, and what does the red girl have? Because it doesn't look like she has anything. Or does she have all the powers of Shazam, just like Billy does because she's red, but she's just as equally oblivious on how to use them, just like he was? Either way, I'm really confused. Back to the fight. So there are 7 sins, and 6 of them are out of his eye right now, which is the power matrix. That's where he gets his power from. So Billy tricks the last sin to come out of his eye, hence making the bad guy lose his powers, and he drops out the sky. So Billy grabs him and saves him before he drops to the ground and rips his eye out, trapping all the sins in it. Then he goes back to the Hobo lair. I don't know how he got there. He still doesn't know how to get there on his own, but whatever. And he puts the eye back, and the sins are trapped for eternity again, I guess. Shut up, cat! They go back to being a normal ass family, and Billy shows up in Shazam form at school to make Freddy look cool in front of everybody. You know what? Better than Suicide Squad out of 10.